In this presentation today, we will be discussing Walter Kovacs, otherwise known as Rorschach from the film The Watchmen, and his psychological disorder. Walter Kovacs grew up without a father and with a prostitute mother. He was bullied as a child and had really a lack of companionship, so he was really on his own. As an adult, Walter becomes a masked vigilant known as Rorschach. He fights crime alongside his fellow Watchmen, but is really seen on his own throughout the film. We diagnosed Walter with schizoid. This is the negative symptoms of schizophrenia. Some of those symptoms include social detach, reduced speech, restricted emotion, an absence of pleasure and motivation. Some of the additional symptoms may include absence of social influence, physical features remaining stoic regardless of situation, and a rare smile. Some of the symptoms we saw in Walter include social detach, and we saw that with and without him wearing the mask. So just as Walter without the mask, he is seen throughout the movie walking around holding a sign that says, "The end is nigh." This is obviously not what most people would expect from a normal citizen. With the mask, he is also socially detached even from his companions, where he is seen throughout the movie kind of doing his own thing and operating without them. He also has limited speech throughout the movie. He has long dialogues, but those are through journal entries, so he's not actually verbally expressing himself to any other character in the movie. He also shows great emotional restriction throughout the movie. Up until the very end, actually, it's pretty apparent that he's holding back until his death. Then he actually releases some of that. Walter also is not seen smiling throughout the entire movie. He's independent of social or general consensus. So in that we see a great difference in what he perceives as justice and the way justice should be enacted compared to what his companions think and how they should go about doing it that way. He also has limited facial movement, very stoic in that aspect, and he really only had one friend, Daniel, who was his crime-fighting partner known as the Night Owl. For treatment of Walter, we decided that a cognitive therapy or behavioral approach would be best. We chose this because it focuses on his past experiences, what he's learned, and what he's conditioned. He had a rough childhood and really had an absence of protection, so that would kind of help out with the past experiences. He's also learned or conditioned to believe that mankind is evil. So he's really kind of conditioned himself in that aspect. He's seen a lot of bad stuff, and so he starts to think that that's all mankind really is. The treatment of this will take time just because of how severe his case is. He is very sure in what his thoughts are. We would like to see an extinction of the schizoid symptoms and replace that with a more positive outlook on humanity. And we'd hope that that would really help him out. With that, that concludes our analysis of Walter Kovacs and his psychological disorder. Thank you for your time.